So Tom, you advise people to use reverse type sparingly. And just to kind of back this bus up a bit, to be clear to everyone watching this, reverse type is really a design choice where light colored text is used on a dark background. So really it's the opposite of traditional black text on a white background. So what I'm wondering is, why is it so important to be careful with reverse text in our donor communications?
Well, there are several reasons. One is research that has been done in a laboratory, good research, that looked at the ease of comprehension of text set in either reverse or the more conventional black on white. So reverse, white on black, white type on black background, conventionally black type on a white background. Now, you would think, and many designers that I've worked with once do think that those are interchangeable. It's just an option, right? That's not true. In fact, the human eye responds the typical human eye. I'm not talking about people with low, vision, but the normal, conventional human eye works with contrast, and the most contrast is what's easiest for the brain, because your eye is just a avenue to your brain. Your brain is interpreting all those letter forms, and it's doing it at light speed, and it is, you've trained on black type on a white background forever. You've hardly ever trained on white type on a black background. So your brain really isn't ready for it. It just goes, hits the brakes, and your entire experience slows way down. So your comprehension also slows way down. Now, do we have proof of this? Yes, abundant proof. And it goes back to the 1980s in Australia. A publisher there named Colin Wheeldon, Wheildon, took it into the lab because he was sick of having these, fights in bars over what's better, reverse type or not reverse type. He said, we've got to find this out scientifically, which he did. And I mean, he paid for the research. And the research was quite clear that black type on a white background had high scores for comprehension. White type on a black background had zero ease of comprehension. So you just don't do it. When you're talking about small type, and that's the dividing line. If you're talking about big type, like a headline, you want to dramatize that headline. You want to make it look, really bold and sharp. White type on a black background is fine. Yellow type on a green background is fine. Whatever, because it's just a few words, and your brain doesn't have to struggle with it. When you want to tell me something important that's buried in the text, do not put that in reverse type, because you're just condemning it to death.
Awesome. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it. So few words, go ahead, do reverse type. But if it's a chunk of text, do traditional dark text, light background.
Black on white.
Black on white. Okay. Thank you, Tom.